There are some great boxing YouTube channels out there. A lot of people ask me what channels I most like to watch, and there are a few of the obvious ones, and people know who I tune into. But the news, I don't want to say the news has broken. Let's say the rumours have broken that a very famous boxing personality will be setting up his own YouTube channel. But it will be a slightly different YouTube channel to the one that I run. I would presume his YouTube channel will do slightly better in terms of views and be slightly more profitable than mine is. And that is that Mr. David Haye himself is rumoured to be doing a deal with YouTube to broadcast his return fight against Mark De Mori. Very interesting if true. And it sets quite an intriguing trend that many boxers could follow. I'd be fascinated to know the financials of such a deal. I would, because it's quite groundbreaking, because this hasn't happened before, it's uncertain what it's going to be like. I know YouTube has like a pay-per-view facility. So is it that, we'd have to put our credit card details in and pay, I don't know, pay-per-view essentially via the YouTube format? Will it be free and he will be relying on advertising revenue? Will he have a deal with YouTube himself where YouTube is paying in order to, YouTube is paying David Haye and they will keep the advertising revenue? I mean, I don't know how this will work. If you've got any knowledge or any ideas as to how such an arrangement will work, please do comment them below. I'd be genuinely interested to hear people's thoughts on this. But it could potentially be, something that we see more and more regularly with boxers and with professionals, I guess, in general, who operate in similar type events or similar type sports. Now, one thing that I think is clear, I'm surprised that no formal broadcaster has been announced at this stage. It's New Year's, it's 2nd of January today, isn't it? And David Haye fights on January 16th. So, funnily enough, I'm recording this 7:30 on a Saturday night. You can tell how interesting my life is. But David Haye will be doing his warm-up about 2 weeks from today. We're very close to fight time. And David Haye is a very, very big name within the sport in the UK. And I was surprised he hadn't announced a broadcaster. My instinct was that he would work with ITV. I thought that looked highly, highly likely. I know he's been in talks with a number of different companies, Channel 4. I think Box Nation certainly seemed to be interested. I know David Haye has some sort of relationship with Eddie Hearn, maybe even Channel 5. So I didn't necessarily think he would take this route. I thought he would get a mainstream broadcaster, which would give him much more visibility to the public. But it appears, it's certainly strongly rumoured that he's going down the YouTube route. Now, I can't believe that this is ideal, because announcing it so late and not having a broadcaster means that the promotion you will get attached to an event is very, very limited indeed. I mean, the only people who are really going to know about David Haye fighting on YouTube are us boxing fans. The casual sports fan who likes football and golf and darts and Formula 1, their main source of news is Sky Sports News or, the TV and TV advertisement or the newspapers. And I just don't necessarily see this event being promoted to the same extent without that broadcaster. The weight of having it on Sky Sports News every advertisement break or having it on the banner below is so strong. And I wonder if this will really struggle. Even with a YouTube format. If it's free, it won't struggle because people will tune in for free. But if they're expecting people to part with any money at all, I'm just not sure that the awareness of the event and the interest in the event will be high enough for this to do well. Again, leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts on that. David Haye's previously been one of the biggest names in British boxing. And I've actually been told, unofficially, again, sort of rumour mill here, that ticket sales for his event at the O2 have actually gone down very, very well indeed. So there's obviously interest in him. It's just for me, this seems like an odd route. I can't imagine this would be his preferred route if he had the option of going with a broadcaster. Perhaps finances didn't add up or something like that. I read a rumour on Twitter that this was David Haye's way of repaying the fans, you know. He was so disappointed by what had happened with the Fury fights, he wanted to do this as a goodwill gesture. I personally find that very, very hard to believe. For me, David Haye is a business-orientated individual. At the end of the day, he's going in there to get punched in the face by an 18-stone Australian. I don't think he's necessarily going to want to do that for free. I know I certainly wouldn't. So, very, very interesting, this idea that he'll be boxing on YouTube. I wonder what that means. Could this be the start of something to happen more regularly? Could this be a way of fighting pay-per-view without needing to get yourself in with Sky or Box Nation? And fundamentally, will this be a success? You know, will this be a success? Does this suggest that David Haye was asking for too much money from broadcasters? Does it suggest that his drawing power has lessened? I'm kind of putting this video out there because I've heard the rumour. I wanted to let people know about the rumour, and it does appear to be a strong rumour. I guess if you Google, if you type into Twitter at present David Haye YouTube, you can see numerous reports from various sources. So it does genuinely appear that this actually will happen, which for me is an interesting development and could set an interesting precedent. But let me know your thoughts. I think it's an interesting topic, and I want to know how people think this will go down. Many thanks for watching.